So why attend a missions conference? Why does a local church take precious resources and time from its regular schedule to focus on missions? Well, these are good questions because we all have a busy schedule. We have things to do. We only have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And why would we want to allot amount of that time to missions? Well, there's a very simple answer, and that is to keep the main thing the main thing. You see, Jesus said, as we go and live, we are to go and make disciples. That is a very simple main thing, to keep the main thing. And yet many times especially in our church lives, we get involved in so many administrative details and programs and activities. And sometimes we forget to spend time building redemptive relationships and living an intentional missional life to make disciples. Sometimes we forget to look at Jesus or to look at people the way Jesus looks at people. You know, the Apostle Paul, he made a lot of disciples, and then he organized those disciples into local churches. And it's interesting, out of all those local churches that the Apostle Paul started, there's only one church that he said, and I quote out of a Bible, it says, he says, the news of your faith in God is out. We as the apostles don't even have to come back anymore because you are the message. This church was living and proclaiming the message so much that the Apostle Paul did not even have to come back and do the work of evangelism, do the work of an apostle, because this church was living and proclaiming and making disciples. Imagine if the Apostle Paul wrote a letter to you and said the same thing about you. I want to encourage you to come to the missions conference and see how God can guide you in this way, so that the Apostle Paul could say the same about you, keeping the main thing the main thing.